America's economy is at a crossroads in 2025. Republicans and Democrats are promising two very different paths for your money, your job, and your future. But which plan will actually help you the most? Welcome back to the channel. This is your go-to space for breaking down U.S. politics in simple, clear, and straightforward terms. No spin, no fluff, just the facts you need to know. And in today's deep dive, we're going to look at the Republican and Democratic approaches to taxes, inflation, jobs, wages, trade, and the global economy. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture of the two competing economic blueprints and how they could impact your wallet. Let's start with taxes and government spending, because this is often where the two parties show their biggest differences. Republicans are doubling down on their longtime philosophy of lower taxes, especially for corporations and high-income earners. They argue that cutting taxes frees up businesses to invest, expand, and hire more workers. In their view, when companies thrive, the economy grows and everyone benefits. Along with that, Republicans want to rein in government spending, shrink the size of federal programs, and cut regulations that they say are holding back business growth. On the other hand, Democrats believe in progressive taxation, where the wealthy and big corporations carry more of the tax burden. They argue that billionaires and Fortune 500 companies should contribute more to fund programs that help the middle class and working families. Their plan is to use these revenues to support healthcare, education, infrastructure, and clean energy initiatives. To Democrats, taxing the wealthy isn't just about fairness. It's about giving working Americans a real chance to get ahead. Now let's move to inflation and the cost of living, which is one of the top concerns for American families heading into 2025. Republicans argue that inflation is largely the result of reckless government spending over the past few years. Their solution is to scale back federal programs, tighten the budget, and unleash more domestic energy production. They believe that by drilling more oil, investing in fossil fuels, and reducing regulations on energy companies, gas and utility prices will fall, which will ease inflation for everyone. Democrats take a very different approach. They argue that inflation can be managed by providing targeted relief for the middle class and low-income families. Their policies focus on lowering healthcare costs, reducing prescription drug prices, and raising the minimum wage so working families can keep up with rising expenses. For Democrats, the issue isn't just the price of goods, but whether families have the income and support they need to manage those costs. Jobs and wages are another huge area of contrast between the two parties. Republicans believe in free market solutions and minimal government interference. They argue that businesses, not the government, are the true job creators. By lowering corporate taxes and reducing red tape, they believe businesses will keep jobs in America, hire more workers, and strengthen the economy naturally. Democrats, in contrast, are pushing for massive government investment in areas like infrastructure, clean energy, and new technology. They believe these investments will create millions of well-paying jobs while also modernizing the country. Democrats are also stronger supporters of unions and worker protections, arguing that collective bargaining and higher minimum wages are key to lifting up workers and closing the income gap. Trade and the global economy is another battleground. Republicans have made it clear they want tough trade policies, especially when it comes to China. They argue that tariffs and stricter trade rules are necessary to protect American industries from unfair competition. Democrats also want to stand strong on trade, but their strategy is different. Instead of unilateral tariffs, they prefer working through alliances and global trade partnerships, while also demanding that trade agreements include labor protections and environmental standards. In other words, Democrats want trade deals that not only grow the economy, but also align with their social and climate goals. At the end of the day, what we're really looking at are two competing visions for America's future. The Republican model is built on low taxes, deregulation, energy independence, and free market growth. The Democratic model is focused on higher taxes for the wealthy, government investment in key sectors, stronger social safety nets, and international cooperation. Both sides promise prosperity, but they want to get there in very different ways. So now the question is, which of these policies speaks to you more? Do you believe the Republican argument that freeing up businesses will naturally benefit everyone? Or do you believe the Democratic claim that government must step in, invest directly, and make sure ordinary families don't get left behind? These are the choices voters will face in 2025, and the outcome could reshape the American economy for decades to come. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. And most importantly, I want to hear from you. Which economic policy do you think is better for everyday Americans, Republican or Democrat? Let's get the conversation started in the comments below. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.